We're so happy to have you on with us today because this movie, while it's not a horror movie, is horrifying. I mean, as someone with a daughter, and also many women I love in my life, I'm just like, oh my gosh, like this is obviously a massive problem. And yeah, this is meant for entertainment, but like I just start to think we got to be a little bit more careful, don't we?
Absolutely, right? It's a little bit worrying.
Yeah, and as guys, sometimes we walk around like idiots all the time, just not thinking about things, but if anything else besides entertainment value, there's probably some things we need to learn here because I started thinking, what would I do if I was in this situation? I have no idea. I don't think I would have been clever enough to do half of the things that those girls did to try and get her.
That's the problem as well. We never actually even think about it. It never even crosses our minds because why would we want to think about that anyway? I mean, that's quite depressing.
Yeah, there is. But having seen the finished product, you got to be proud and happy that that this is now coming out in the world, right?
Oh, yeah, I'm just beyond, proud of everyone, that came together to make this film. I just think it's such an achievement. And I think it's an achievement to succeed in going from start to finish in indie filmmaking anyway, and to have made this. And I mean, obviously I'm biased, but I think it's great. So I think we all did so well.
Yeah, absolutely. And oh, while the movie is really intense, it's probably a fun group that you were working with. So you probably had to make it fun on set. It was probably like a cool group of girls, right?
Oh, absolutely. Everyone got along so well. So we were switching on and off, the hate with the baddies, because they were also actually like really lovely guys. And Howard, also being the captain of the ship is just a dream to work with.
Mhm. And then, of course, any day that you get to be on the beach and get paid for it, that's not so bad, right?
I know, that's what I say to everyone. They say, what was it like filming, in the Canary Islands? And I say, well, imagine just booking a holiday for a 2-week vacation, but you actually get to, you know, do your dream job there. I mean, you can't go wrong, can you? It's pretty
Yeah,
epic.
I love that. Was there a particular memory that stood out to you where you're just kind of looking around going, I'm always going to remember this?
Oh, there were so many moments, but one in particular actually is when the movie slows down a little bit and myself and Sophie's character Lucy, we huddle together and we have a reflective moment and we go back and talk about the past. That I remember sitting there because I was just looking up and there was a sand dune literally right in front of me. And I remember just looking out to this just most amazing view, thinking, wow, this is insane. And I did
Mhm.
that while I was doing the scene, and I pictured someone up there as well to help me. And I just thought, this is epic.
That's so cool. I love that. And of course, people look up to what you do and they think, this is what I want to do. I want to tell great stories and, and put things out here like this. What kind of advice do you give to someone who's looking to follow in your path?
I mean, you have to give it your all, put
Hmm.
absolutely everything into it. If this is the craft that you've picked to go into, focus just on this because it is hard. Like you couldn't do this and focus on something else. I would just put your all into it, believe it, set up a life as well that where you can actually manage to, you know, go into a career like this. And you have to grind. You have to hustle, work hard. Don't sit there and wait for someone to call you with a job. Create jobs as well yourself. You know, get your friends together, get your phone, go and shoot a movie, write a movie. It's always good to see what it's like on the other side of the camera as well.
Hmm. Well said. Do you remember that particular moment where you're maybe looking up at the screen and just thinking, this is what I want to do?
Yeah, I do. I do. Well, there were many moments that made me think I wanted to be in film, but I think I was working I was doing an extra job, you know,
Yeah.
on a TV series in England, and I was watching, and this was the first time that I'd been on a set like this, and I was just watching the actors and watching, and I'd been asked, you know, oh, walk, you know, across the screen at this moment, then you know you're going to go over there and just pretend to talk and whatnot. And I remember thinking, this is so cool, watching the actors, like what, you know, I hadn't even imagined what it could be like, and I thought, this is what I want to do. And I remember I went home to my parents that day and I said, I want to be an actor. This is exactly what I want to do. So something so
Uh,
small like that just really,
yeah.
yeah, got a hold of me.
There's always got to be something. My co-host Drew Pearson is one of our NFL greats here. Caught the Hail Mary, and we kind of know that term now, just to, throwing a Hail Mary. And he wanted me to ask you your Hail Mary moment, which is that moment in your life or career where you just had to go for it and it worked out for you. What do you suppose that was for you?
Um, well, it was actually, I was trained as a dancer from the age of
Hmm.
3, and I loved performing. That's all I sort of knew, you know, from such a young age, doing shows every year, dance shows, and doing competitions. And I went to school training as a dancer, and I got told that I needed to give it a rest because of my joints. And I thought, well, I mean, I can't do a normal job. What is a normal job anyway? That's not me. I'm just such a creative soul. And I'd always loved doing drama at school. And I said to myself, well, I have to just go for it. I didn't have any acting training. And I said, I've just got to give it my all, go for it 100%. And I did. And I have never turned back since then.
I love that. Is there something that you keep in mind that keeps you on the right path? Because this job it's great, but it's also sometimes not the easiest.
Oh, well, no, it's not the easiest. And we are only human, right? So we do always have fear and doubts. It always creeps in. But
Yeah.
you just have to be sure of yourself and just squish it. You know, just don't let the fear take over. What is the point? Because you can't predict the future, you can't predict tomorrow, you can't change the past. So all you have is right now. So just be in the moment and enjoy it. That really is actually something I try to do in daily life, and also when I'm on set, is to just be in the moment. Because before you know it, 2 weeks on set filming is over, it's gone. And you think, oh no, like where did that time go? What did I do? I wasn't really present. So it's just be present. It's really
Mhm.
important.
Absolutely. Well, after seeing this, I'm excited to see what you got next for us. What do you have coming up for us?
I have an action horror, which is in post at the moment. I shot that at the back end of last year, called River of Blood, which is actually, it's also directed by Howard and written by Tom Boyle. So that was quite an epic journey filming in the Thailand jungle. So you
Mm.
can imagine. I
Yeah.
have that. I have 2 horror films, one a fantasy horror coming out this year, actually on the 29th of April, so next month, called Witch.
Mhm.
And I have another horror, The Manor of Darkness, directed by Blake Ridder, produced by Lucas A. Ferrara. That should be coming out sometime this year as well.
It's perfect. Sounds like you got a lot of great stuff going on, but we're going to tell everyone to check this one out. It's quite a watch, and also important for people to keep in mind some of the stuff in the movie. So, really appreciate your time today and the great answers, and I look forward to talking to you very soon.
No, thanks for having me.
Okay, thanks so much. Bye bye.
See you. Bye. Bye.